Hey everybody, welcome to today's stream. Jaegar will probably be joining us towards the end of it. He's a little busy for the first couple hours, but he'll be joining us by phone for the last bit. Hello Aaronic and hello Bool. Hello all the cats and kittens. Cool cats and kittens, I should say. Okay. So, right now, where we are at is more customization stuff, but we are making progress. So from a display point of view, it is now at the point where clothes and pants are able to be previewed. You might notice there's some visual little blips that will be dealt with. It's like 99% there, but there's some little things, like I've noticed that the chest is drawn over the shoulders, so there's this line. Just some very minor changes, but overall that is all coming. And yeah, right now what I was working on was making it so that once you press confirm, it actually equips all this stuff. And I realized it's a little more complicated than I anticipated, so we're gonna skip that part today, and I'll do that with Jaegar separately. Yeah. Greetings, Coriander, and greetings, Sandwich. Welcome. I'm glad it's looking sharp. I'm very happy with how it's coming, and like Jaegar was sharing with me a part of the UI he's been working on, and it looks pretty sharp too, the dialogues he's made. I think we're finding a bit more of a style instead of just throwing stuff on a dialogue, so it took a little bit more time than it should have to get it done, but I like it. I think it'll look pretty clean. So we don't have all of Francisco's hairstyles in, and I do need some placement, some padding differences, but that is one of his hairs. So this is what that will look like. Yeah, and I think it's pretty slick. I'm pretty excited. Yeah, so one of the complications I've run into, and it's not like I've put a ton of time into it, it's more like the last 30 minutes I've tried to make it so that when you press confirm, it actually equips it. And what I've learned is that you can't just, because of all the overhead needed to try to make this secure system, I can't just tell the system wear this shirt. I first have to create the item, I have to give it to you, meaning you need room in your inventory, and then I need to tell you to equip that item. Which when you first start, like in the hard-coded tutorial island case, your inventory isn't full, that's fine. But to try to make it dynamic for clothing shops is going to be a little tricky because there's that extra little bit now I have to care about where I actually have to create the items and stuff. So I'll see with Jaegar if there's an easier way to do it. If not, we'll have to do it a little bit of a longer way. Did the bald head with wigs get cut? Bald head should not be cut. Let me check. Bald. Oh, that's weird. It didn't preview. Interesting. But bald should still be a hairstyle. It's just that you can't really preview the colors if you're bald, but I guess it doesn't really matter. But it should preview bald, and then when you press confirm... interesting. So it's not letting you have that bald hairstyle. Good catch. That should not be cut. Bald is totally a valid hairstyle. We do not need to discriminate against bald people. So we will bring bald back. I think it's just that, okay, I think what it is that bald is technically the absence of hair, but it is a style. So I think I have checks saying that your hair has to be like, when we're trying to change hair, it's saying, oh, if it's, the ID is bigger than 0, because I don't have a hairstyle in the hair sprites that starts at 0, but that's just because bald is the absence of it. Little oversight, gotta re-add that. The freer tuck look. Oh yeah. He said new hairstyle not in yet before, yeah. Oh wait, not the one that Francisco made with the fancy wings on the side. Oh, I missed it. Yeah, sorry. No, I do not have Francisco's hairs. I can ask him and we can wire those up, though. If he is on. Let's just DM him. Is he on right now? He's not on. When you get the chance, can you send me grayscale? Can you send me the grayscale hair colors you have, or hairstyles? The chat is fiending some Francisco hairs. Okay, hopefully he comes on within the stream and we can wire those up. Besides that one, he's on now, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if he's on right now. Well, we'll see. It says on Discord he's set to away, so who knows? Who knows? I just realized it wasn't center. All right. Yeah. Confusing Carson. I am being confused. Everyone's confusing me right now. Oh, I always find it funny how I keep changing the setup. I've been trying to find the best workflow, but I just always find it funny that it's just a black curtain behind me and nobody can tell the difference. But right now right in front of me there is 6 different monitors, but only 2 are for the computer I'm streaming off of, and then my laptop. But my day job computer is now on another desk, so I had to reshuffle everything again. And there's just way too many monitors. Not a fan. Except yeah, never mind. Doesn't matter. I was about to get excited about a keyboard, but let's not nerd out about a keyboard. Let's get to work instead. So I'm gonna leave changing the actual physical item part for the time being, and I'm gonna change avoid the gender part for the time being. I'm gonna do those 2 last things after stream. So what that leaves us for the stream is there's a few different bugs that we need to fix this patch before we can really get stuff out, and it's because the people didn't get released because there was camera bugs. We didn't release the patch. It's been on testing this whole time for last patch. And I've been working on this, and we haven't actually gotten to the point where we've fixed the issues. So those issues that were on testing that were reported were not fixed yet. So I think we're going to work on that today, and it's all going to be one big update that's coming very soon. That's just enough monitors to be productive, but not enough to be a hacker. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's quite a bit of monitors, honestly. It's a little excessive. I usually just turn off the ones I don't need because it can be confusing to just have light coming at you. You know, you're working from this angle and then you have 2 coming at you this way. It's a pain. It's a real pain. Oh, and I am happy to say I bought a new laptop, so I'm using my laptop for Twitch chat and Discord again, and no more internet issues. So happy. So I gotta fix up the old one to sell it. The camera makes me look short. Let's just raise my chair. Now I feel tall. Alright, so let's get to it. Oh yeah, and I guess other things that we should probably do, but it's not the end of the world, is these little blemishes, like the fact that these sleeves are behind the chest, so you see that outline around the shoulders that shouldn't usually be there. There's some little things like that, like these shins are poking through weirdly here, and I noticed that if you look at the pants, these ones, the yellow ones, the feet poke through, and some of the shins look like they're at different heights. So I went through the actual sprites to figure it out, and it's that they are slightly different sizes, some of them. At some point a while ago, I asked Francisco to round the knee joints so that they can connect better, and it got done on about, I guess at the time he hadn't done all the pants, so it got done on 2/3 of the pants, but not all of them. So you couldn't tell when everybody's walking around really, but when everything gets zoomed in for this, you can really see that his feet don't match the shoes. They're poking through. So I'll have to chat with him once he's on and see if we can align that a little better. But I don't think that really concerns us right now. I like the jumpsuit look. the went to prison look. There we go. Need to give him yellow outfits. Yeah, so first thing I want to try to speed up here is if I teleport and do this, that shouldn't happen. You know? The fact that that changing worlds, changing camera thing lags out the whole program, it's not cool. Actually, I don't even know what happened. It didn't even refresh. Oh, there we go. I literally killed it. So we're gonna fix that once we deal with whatever errors have just come up. And some excess print lines too. Okay, so let's get back to the log here. So how did everybody's, you know, Easter and everything go? Everyone had a good weekend? Good week so far? So appearance, console info. Here we go. There's the print log that was bugging me. Imagine if you can share 2 screens on Twitch. That would be beautiful. I really don't like how on Twitch I have to squish like this. I really want to figure out how to make it so that when my, like, whichever monitor my mouse is on is what gets shown. Because on my left monitor is wasted real estate, and I am squishing this right now. Whoop, we are getting a call from Jaeger. Let's get him on the line. Hello, Jaeger.
Hello. How's it going?
Good, good. We are streaming right now.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah, we were just...
How's it going?
It's
what are you working on?
It's going pretty good. I was about to dive into trying to figure out the, like, better ways to help with the camera, because those did not get fixed. You know, those issues that were pointed out on test. So that's going to be needed for this patch. Ironic says hello.
Hello. Sounds good.
Yeah.
How's that going?
I have not started that. Like, I was just about to start it. Where
well, I guess, yeah, the stream.
Yeah. Yeah, where I am leaving the customization right now is now the shirts and pants and everything are rendering, and when you swap through those, it updates your guy in the preview. It looks great. You press confirm. The server specifically knows this is the item ID of the pant and shirt I want to give the player and equip. But I am getting a crash on the server, and where basically I don't have like an item def. It's not a real item, right? I was just trying to say, hey, adventurer model, equip this item ID, one of them, and I didn't have an item def because it's not a real item. Like, I'm just kind of trying to create one out of thin air. I didn't put much effort into it, but just a few minutes before stream, as I got to that point and figured I would wait till we could chat before I fixed that, because maybe I had an easy way I could do it. But I just rambled there.
I'll have to take more of a look at what exactly is going on, but
yeah,
I think I'm following.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's pretty much the when you call on the equipment object, when you call .equip, you have to pass in the slot ID, the item, the amount, and an item def. And I don't have like a def to give in, to pass in. I don't really know what to pass in for there. It defaults to null, but passing in null makes it not work. So, in my case at least. So, anyway.
It's, oh yeah, okay, I see.
Yeah.
I see, yeah, the equip for, and you're talking the adventure def, not the item def?
Yes, I'm talking the, well, adventure.equipment.equip is what I'm calling. Let me get up to the step. I could just send you code. Yeah, I commented it out. Essentially, this line of code. Let's get that off. Alright, I'm just sending you on Discord. Obviously, I need to put a couple more guards on that, but that is roughly the code I was giving a try. And passing in null for the equip, just nothing. I didn't have a lot of time to test this, but just nothing was happening. And when I looked at the print logs, it was just printing something about undefines. So I was like, oh, can't do that. Let me just find that equip. Here we go. Item state definition. Don't you use TypeScript? For some of the files are in TypeScript, but all the files I have touched have been in JavaScript. I don't think most of what we code is ever in TypeScript. TypeScript would be... I haven't really given it much of a try, but I do want to try it. I keep wanting to more and more, but I need to find a day to just sit down and learn it.
Yeah, we don't use it for anything just because I haven't really, honestly, it's might be worthwhile looking into it, but as far as I know, it's just for type constraining, which is safer, but as long as you're keeping everything clean, I think it's fine.
Bloody hell, this will burn your soul when it gets bigger. I think it'll be okay. Like, this isn't the same, but just so that you have a bit of an idea here, when I'm trying to think, here we go. When we are passing data between the client to server, we use these parameter stuff, and we have our own type constraining going on when the server and client communicate with each other. So when I'm saying like this ID is bigger than 0, I know it's not going to be an object. It's not going to be null. We specifically have our own constraining code to say hairstyle IDs have to be a number. Skin tones have to be a number when they're being communicated. Doesn't fix all issues, but we do have some of our own, our own constraining stuff to make it bearable.
Yeah, but like for writing your own code, which is like what TypeScript is like, the type constrains everything in your code, so it makes it look nicer and cleaner and more robust. But we've made it this far so far, and we've got a lot of code. Obviously, if we've got more people coming on to write code with us, I think because there's a lot of like do's and don'ts. TypeScript I think would help fix, but
I would be interested in learning it and giving it a go. Like, I do prefer type-safe languages personally, so I would be totally open to learning it and trying to see if there's places we could implement it and slowly, start coding some new files in TypeScript and branch out. But I haven't felt like it's a priority. We have a lot of stuff we need to do first.
Yeah.
But if we got another person on, I'd be totally down for them to start moving stuff over to that. Be an interesting task.
Yeah,
Eventually. Anyway, so I'm looking at Equip right now. I said I wasn't going to do this. I said I was going to do this after the stream and chat with you, but now I'm in the file, so let's just look at it. So Equip takes your slot ID, your item state def, and your adventure definition. So let's rebuild the server.
Where's this called? Where's the code you come from?
Oh, inside a step. Step change appearance.
Who's calling? Like, where is that step called from?
It is in Oh, like the entity it's talking to, it's a interface. Okay, interface ID 27, inner ID action, like, actionless 0 or whatever. If I go to the interface file, very bottom.
Yeah, go to the interface which hands you that action, because it's likely the enacting entity for that is the action itself. It sometimes gets set.
One second. This might do something different. I forgot to add the 2 extra parameters, so data probably wasn't even sending across. I'm glad I'm looking here now. Shirt, pants. Gotta add, there's 2 more parameters. And then we'll know if this actually worked or not. I didn't even realize my old test was totally invalid. I was just trying to get it done minutes before the stream just to see if I could. And I was like, oop, something. Let me just find it failing, and then I'll ask you again about it.
Okay.
Coriander says, in the world I live in, strings are evil. I faint in horror seeing network data as passed as JSON strings rather than the compact binary. I mean,
it's something we'll change eventually, but again, yeah, it's not the end of the world. Right now we are using JSON strings, but because it wasn't something we had to spend tens and tens of hours to get working. So it's something we'll come back to when we need to optimize stuff.
Yeah, that is definitely a place that we can optimize. It's nice that it is something we can optimize, Like, it's an obvious thing, and so far it hasn't been a bottleneck, so it hasn't been a priority. But it is nice to know if we get to the point where that raw data being sent between people is just getting too much, we can just look to make a more compact way to send data than raw JSON. Because that's what we did in Defendamon when we worked on that. It's like inside the app we were using JSON on both the client and the server, but for the actual sending across the wire, we like compacted it in a C++ library. So we can always do something like that when we need, but so far we haven't needed.
Yeah, exactly. And the JSON strings as they are right now are very compact because they don't pass anything except necessary data, of course. So they're still pretty small, but
oh. Our enforcing that they're type safe stuff is telling me that I'm not sending numbers across when I should be. Tisk. Okay, let's go figure that out. What am I doing? That means it got further in the code than it has before, so let's figure that out. So it's on confirm. Yeah, I feel like I used to care a lot more about keeping data really compact. And the last 2 to 3 years, I've been more and more feeling like you gotta look for the bottlenecks and not premature optimize. And I hate that saying because I do like to optimize whenever I can if I see an opportunity, but
yeah, right optimized is good, but adding features and stuff to it to make it work when it doesn't need to be optimized so much, like the pathfinding is still the original pathfinding, which was written in 4 hours, but it was fast and robust and good enough for the last 2 years. Stuff like that. It's kind of like writing goody is what you need, especially when you're in a project of 2 people, a huge project like this.
yeah. Okay.
So I'm using all the interfaces I said I was.
Okay.
For the magic update. Got a lot coming.
Cool. Shirt undefined. Oh. That's weird. Wait, so, because I've never used TypeScript, just a question for everybody. Does TypeScript just guarantee types, or it also enforces not using names of things that haven't been declared? Like, can you still just take a random object and say, hey, do you have a, like, object.a, and if it doesn't exist, it's undefined? Or is that now invalid and you need to declare that A had a, or that object had that member?
I think you could define that yourself on how constrained you want the types to be.
Okay. Because I just, my issue was that we follow camel case for most of our naming, and I accidentally capitalized to like a letter that shouldn't have been in, and I was just wondering if TypeScript would have caught that or not. Because it wasn't like the type was wrong, it was that I was referencing the wrong variable that didn't exist. Find shirt style, shirt color. Shirt ID from shirt style and color. Okay, let's build this out. How did your Easter end up going, Jaeger?
I didn't do anything special.
Nice.
I hung out here, made some food, got some work done.
Nice. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Get that food. It was pretty good. It was pretty good, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With what you can make of everything.
Oh, yeah. We kind of went all out.
Nice.
Yeah, so I carved a turkey for the first time. That was exciting.
First time.
Oh yeah, I've never been the one to do it, but I was like, let's do it. I gotta learn. I'm the one this year.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess when you do a smaller group, it makes more sense. I was like, who else is gonna do it but me? Let's do it. Yeah. It was pretty good. Honestly, it was amazing. And then the stuffing was just like to die for. So I'm weak for stuffing. It's too good.
Me too. Sounds good. Yeah, we didn't get a meal like that. Of course. No.
It's all good. Oh, good. What is going on here? So it's like it's not airing, it's just confused. Like it's printing. Okay, I gotta go to entity part. Something's off. An entity part on the client. Here we go. Okay, so it's trying to make a part. So on the client, it's trying to create a sprite, but the model part definition being passed in is null. Does that mean the server side is actually... Oh no, I'm getting an error on the server. Here we go. It's like something's off. Why would that be? I actually think those might have been outdated error logs. Let's just clean it and run it again. Oh. There we go. Yeah, same thing. So it expected a number. So does that mean it didn't get a number back? That's a number. Looks like a number to me. I wish there was a way to show both monitors. I do hate restricting myself to one monitor for the stream.
Feels like you'd be able to show two and then just make it switch between focus depending on which one you click.
Yeah, maybe there is a way to do that now that you say that. Because I could just have two screens in OBS and one is visible and one's not. So I just need to figure out how to change which one's visible by some sort of command or rule. Oops. Uh-oh, what'd I do? Oh, there we go. The screen went black on the stream for a second while I was playing with it. But it's all back. Whatever, we'll figure that out another day. So this gives us our params. Param looks fine to me. So it calls new action, it passes in these parameters. Okay, so that's getting something, then it's crashing on the server. I should just comment this out and work on something else. So this is what I specifically said I was not going to do on stream.
What are you going to do on stream?
I guess it's a different bug fix. I really wanted to optimize that damn camera so that what is currently on test either could go live or it would be ready for us to like merge our stuff in and go live. Right? There's just some things people pointed out was way too slow. So we never were able to really push it to test because neither of us got it fixed. So, gotta get it fixed. Yeah, I'm gonna do this because this is gonna require me actually learning something new about the system, and I don't want to do that right now. I want to make progress. I mean, that is progress, but... Alright, so let's push this up, and then I guess I'll switch to testing and try to fix that bug. Okay, so this is... Yeah, I guess I enhanced the step to handle... Yeah, interface handles shirt and pants. At least from the type def point of view, that's true. Push that. Go to this type def. Interface handles shirts and pants. Do a... I don't trust that button. I want to just do it on my own. Where are we? Source, game, type def. Get pull rebase. All conflicts fixed. What's the conflict here? Oh, it's not a conflict, it's just a change we made. Yep, that's good. Get rebase, continue. Wait. Deleted. I think those just had the same changes. Must edit all merge conflicts. What? Is there one at the bottom here? Oh, alright guys, Francisco just replied to me. He will be sending the hairstyles shortly, so we will wire up the new hairs. That's exciting. Get rebase, continue. Hell yeah, oh yeah. Alright, so let's push this. Either way, might as well push where we're at. It's not a bad spot. So pull rebase on the server now. Should just line up nicely, yep. You forgot Jaeger's face, by the way. Thank you. We gotta put Jaeger's face on there. There we go. Oh yeah. Gotta get Lady and you up there. We need a new GIF. You need to come on over and get a nice GIF with my cat. Then we have another one, the non-Christmas one.
Right.
He's pretty chill. Git commit. So this is now appearance, UI, and steps handle, shirt and pants. Alright, let's now push up the client as well. Appearance UI handles shirts and pants with a quarantine beard. Jaeger, do you have a quarantine beard going on?
No, it's pretty kept together.
Oh, okay. All right. You should have went full quarantine beard. Just come back looking like a sage.
It's me. It's never too late.
npm run start. Let's make sure that these are all good. Yeah, wizard mode. Go full wizard mode. Oop, what did I do? Is there another one? do, do, do. Made some sort of oopsie here. Let me go full incognito, fix it without anyone knowing.
Just turns us stream off.
Yeah, went on the other monitor. Okay, here we go. This is on customization. Oh, wait a second. Are these even feature customization? What about this one? Type def? Yep. Okay. Oh, there we go. Type def. Oh, here we go. So let's bring this back. And on the server side here, could wrong one. Get rid of that. Do a pull rebase. There we go, everything works again. Wow. It's great. I somehow lost some change in a rebase, but I brought it back. It's all good. Yeah, now we can push up this new commit. Git commit -m. Let's do it on the client as well. Wait, what did I change about Appearance UI? Oh, I did make some changes. Okay. So this is Appearance UI supports shirts and pants. Looks like that didn't actually happen. So let's push that up too. Nice. Okay, hopefully Francisco gets it to us shortly enough, but for now, let's try to figure out a better way to do this camera stuff.
Francisco, are you in the chat right now?
Maybe he is. I haven't seen him type in the chat. I DM'd him on Discord that people wanted to see his hair. I want to see it too.
I have one more request, I think, for the enchantment update.
Yeah? What is it?
It's the enchantment pages and icons. Forgot about those.
Hey, well, I'm sure you can message him, or maybe he'll come around once he's done. Alright, so let's figure out this silly camera issue. Because it's just oh so silly. Yeah, like I like how it's smooth once it's loaded a part of the map. Reloading and unloading that part is like super smooth, but the first time it has to load that spot, it's an unacceptable amount of lag. That was a solid like 8 frames. That's not okay. So we need to figure out that. Then we also need to figure out why see, now it's quick between them, but it's like I feel like going to the person, the camera's just like moving really fast. And I want to go up and down some ladders and also see that, because I have a feeling that that's going to have the exact same issues. Same inefficiency.
Also, could you take a look at like the top bar where your adventures are? Move the health bar and the action string back to where it was, because it moved down a bit to the left a bit.
Sure thing. Yeah, you're right. It is pretty down left. Let's center that a bit more. Well, let's load up Guilds of Gods first and just see where exactly it is. Okay, so it's about as left as usual. It's just a lot lower. The people are lower too. Huh. Oh. Alright, Francisco has sent the hairs. Alright, we will do that after we fix this little bug here. So what is that in? Is that entities? So that's some sort of panel UI, right? Is that what's that panel called? Adventure?
Sorry?
What's that?
One?
Yeah. Adventure HUD?
Yeah. I believe so. Let me double check.
I think so. I see some selected tabs stuff in here.
User control HUD.
User control HUD. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Friends favor.
Or maybe that's not it. Sorry.
No, I think it was that first thing. What was it? Adventure HUD? Because I saw tabs. What? Selected tab
That's
one.
the right side, I think. Yeah, that's the right side panel.
Is it? Yeah, you're right. There's 4 buttons, not 5 tabs. I thought it was 5 tabs, but it's 4. So it's those buttons. HUD. So
it's
like,
in game scene, I think, still. It hasn't been abstracted to its own class. It's called game control HUD.
I see. Oh, it
you could
is.
just put that in its own file if you wanted.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is its own class. It extends Pixie Container. It's just not in its own
That's
class.
what I meant. Not in its own file.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely. Let's fix this and then I'll move it out. Where do we... There we go. Container, add sprite. So this is the container. Let's give this a try. While that loads, let's load Francisco's hair here. I don't notice a difference, so I'm just going to be absurd for a second. Where was it? Here we go. And I'm going to minus like 100 just to see if it moves. Make sure I'm talking to the right object here. There's hair. Okay. Yeah, okay, so it moved off. I was talking to the right objects. So let's go back. Just try 10. Alright, so these are the hairs Francisco sent me. So what do we got here? I didn't see all of them on stream. This is going to be a poor representation. I should just load them in. But... okay, so they're all slightly different positioning, so I'm going to have to make them one and reposition them a little better. Because right now they're just going to be all over the face, but we can load them and see. The woman hair look pretty good, honestly. I like the hairs he's added here. It's pretty good. Okay. Thank you, sir. They all look super good, honestly. Agreed. I like the shading he does. Looks really good. We are going to have to, there's a few little changes we're going to need to make. Like, we're going to need to change the physical file they're in so that it would be centered around the head. Right now they have different heights, so some might be like above the head or right in the middle, so we need to make that consistent. And we might have to split it up into two different parts, the parts behind the person and the part in front of the person, because right now the hair is in front of the person because, you know, we want the bangs and stuff to be in front of your face, but we'll see. I guess we'll see how this all rests. Maybe it just looks great. I'm not an artist. Maybe I'm overestimating how complicated it'll be. Let's see if it just sits nicely. Oh, Francisco says, I'm here now. What did I miss? Not too much. Jaeger did have a request, but right now I'll do your hair after I fix up some UI adjustments I need to do.
Yeah, hey, Fernando, I was gonna ask you, Francisco, sorry. I was gonna ask you if you were able to do a few icons for the enchantments, but I don't really have exactly what I was going with mine for yet, so might have to just message you on Discord after this. If you're okay with that, it probably won't be ready, this update, until Sunday if we're lucky, if I can get a decent day tomorrow done.
Sunday. I heard a timeline.
Yeah. I think all the interfaces are working. The only thing I have to do left is like hook up all the data and then hook up the effects maybe. Yeah, there might be a bit left. I don't know if I can say something.
Yeah, if there's one thing that I'm feeling is more and more true, it's when I make an estimate, I need to double it.
Yeah.
There's always all those little bits, all that little polish you want.
It'll likely be next weekend. I had to call it.
That was looking better before. I can fix that, but that is annoying. Okay, whatever. So this top bar looks like the people didn't move up, but the health bars and stuff did not. Sure, HMU with the details later, he says. And then he said, oh my god, the shirts are so big. Yeah,
Nice.
the shirts are not that big. I had a little issue and I tried to rectify it earlier, and I just realized that I lost a little bit of data when I was specifically saying, oh, use these IDs and limit it to this item width, and I had them nicely spaced out earlier, but apparently I lost that, so I need to it's really not much, but yeah, the shirts will be a lot smaller. Like really, it's as simple as these shirts should not be 64 pixels wide, they should be 32. And then there should be an item spacing between them so that there's a little bit more space. Pants were the same, except they had a lot of spacing. And I'm missing here clothing colors, just so I can get all the colors instead of just these couple I had hard-coded previously. So this is spray clothes colors, that's what I meant. And then for color ID, this array becomes object values of that. Same thing with the pants. Object values of that. Hope that's all it was. I think it was, oh, and then pants needs to say part pants. Alright, hopefully this is sized better. Open UI. There we go, that's better. I'll add a little bit more spacing between them. I like this little file to like define the shops. Okay. Right, that is a lot better there. Oh, pants are still. Ugh, okay, let's go back to pants. Where was that? Did I shrink them down? I might have. I'm trying to remember what sizes I had in here. Because pants for the same width will end up looking really big just because of how tall they are. So I need to remember that. There we go. And then add more spacing. Oh yeah, Francisco, one minor tweak I would like on the pants, I'll show you in a second here. Open. So, okay, I'll figure out the spacing after, but if you look at the pants, you'll notice that these yellow ones, the feet are slipping through and the pants are higher, and some of these knees are like inconsistent with each other. That is, this shouldn't be too hard at all. Like I probably could just do it. I could just do it after stream. But anyway, it's if we look at the pants, like the shins and stuff, I didn't look at all of them, but stuff like that the yellow ones in particular, they do not have the same rounding for the knee joint, which ends up making them smaller. Like this ends up being, what is it, 18 pixels tall instead of 20, and then that ends up throwing off the anchoring. Probably forgot to add a buffer. Yeah, it just seemed like at the very least yellow pants, but yeah, the pants, a couple of them just look like they fit wrong. It's so small that you couldn't tell when we were just like trying on the clothes, but in this zoomed in customize editor where everything's blown up in front of you, it just became a bit more apparent. Yeah, these feet were seeping through. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so I need to add a lot more spacing between these pants. I don't know why they are so damn close. It's like they don't know about social distancing. I'm out for the stream. See you guys. Oh yeah, I'm out for the stream. I'm out. Thank you for the stream, guys. Wow, I read that wrong 3 times. Thanks for coming, Bool. I hope you have a good night. Yeah, it's pretty late there. You should be in bed already. When I was looking at the time for the stream, I was looking at the, like, doing the conversion and was like, I'm not even going to mention the CEST time. It's so late. They're going to be falling asleep by then. I am. Okay, I'm glad that you're all ready for bed. Have a good night, sir. Man, these are way too cramped. It's like it's not even listening to this item spacing. Item spacing? Is it not item spacing? It's not. It's extra spacing. Because it's not the item spacing. It was the additional padding that randomly big things could be like, hey, I'm a shirt. I'm way wider than a fucking head. I need more spacing. Right, extra. Wow. Now it'll look great. Except there's going to be way too much space because I kept upping it thinking it wasn't working. So... Alright, this will be good. Then we'll hook up the new hairs. Yeah, that's better. I got some funky math with this extra spacing going on, but I'll fix that in a jiff. Right, let's start by doing the hairs though. So what's kind of nice is that I should be able now to just pretty much, I don't want to just outright delete the sprites here because I think the NPCs might still be. Listen, no, they're not. They are not. I think I can reliably just delete all of these hairstyles that are not grayscale now. So we are fully going off grayscale. Bam, and wow, way less sprites. Yeah, I'm just going to open these up in GIMP and move them into here for now. Yeah, we'll do that. Just so that I can make sure that they're positioned properly. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah, this looks to me like it's missing some hair sprite. Weird. Did I mess something up? No, I don't. This didn't have to do with you. I'm confused that. Okay, you've already sent me a hair, right? So I can already, in this little test world, where that one that we made, that crimson red color, that one like is the one I was showing off to people. but it doesn't seem to be in my file here of heads, which is weird to me because it's in the game, right? So if it's in the game, that means I already moved it into that file to get compiled. So the fact that it is not one of these tabs I just opened is really weird to me. Unless it's this one? No, it's not that one. It was in the zone. Yeah, I'll re-add it, but that's just why I'm saying it's weird. That tells me that my folder here is out of sync, which doesn't make sense. Yes, it does. Okay, I think so I accepted, Jaeger made a pull request of changes, and I think that's what happened, is I switched over to his pull request to test it, and I did it without actually, oh no, I think that's where I went wrong. I switched into it to test it, and I don't think I switched back. So I think I'm just not on master. Let's take a look. Get branch, master merge, yes. Okay, there we go. So let's reset, get checkout master. You're ahead of master by 1 commit, perfect. That's where I thought it was. I'm glad I caught that, because otherwise I was about to make all these changes to a branch I'm not referencing anymore. There we go. Here, now it's back. So we can go back to deleting all the extra hairs we don't need. Oh yeah, Francisco, did you decide on any more RGB colors you would like? Or make progress in that world? It's not important right now, but if you have a bunch already lined up, it'd be nice to just throw them in. Where? Ooh. Okay. Here we go. Right. So now let's load up your hairs and let's swap them. I can knock some out. I have the colors set, but I don't have the codes yet, per se, or quite yet. No rush or anything. I was just wondering. Ooh. Yeah, I'm curious to see how these hairs are going to look, because we have one last hurdle we need to overcome, and that is how the hair changes when we have stuff, when we have things that should be in front or behind the hair, or things that would compress it. Like this hair, for example, that has the big... I'm just going to add a background layer because it's kind of hard to see right now. But if we take a look at this wing right here, right now would appear behind a helmet and then still come out and poke through. So we would basically need to just totally disable the hair when you have a helmet on, right? Makes sense for guy hair. Except for women hair, just because you put a helmet on that blocks up here does not mean the bottom side we would want necessarily cut out. So we might need to consider how we're gonna split this. There's essentially a part that would be on your face that we could just apply to the face, to the head layer, and then the part that's extra that we only show when, you know, when you have a helmet on or not. I don't really know. We're going to have to put it all on and see. We've just never had hair that went this far, so we're going to have to just see if it changes anything, or hopefully it just doesn't. Okay. So that one would go there. So lining this up would be to put it there. It seems easier to just ditch hair when they're wearing a helmet, although I admire your commitment. That's true. If they have long hair but they put a helmet on, just totally get rid of it. It does seem like the easiest. Masking using additional black-white mask or magic alpha channel value. Never mind, wouldn't work with different helmet shapes. Yeah, I'm trying to come up with a good way to do this, because we could do something like masking, like you were just saying, but not all helmets are the same, and I don't really know a good way to do this. Like, for example, Sandwich. The idea of just hiding it when you have a helmet on sounds great. We will just have to add one little thing about... I'm just trying to think of different edge cases, right? Like, you have a Santa hat, for example. That's not a helmet. That doesn't block everything. You definitely want to see all this hair when you have a helmet on, or a hat on. And same with like reindeer antlers. You're going to want to see the hair through the reindeer antlers. So it's like there's different helmets that would show various degrees, and we kind of have to decide whether it's an all or nothing thing, like a full helm or a medium helmet blocks everything, but Santa hats and reindeer hats don't block anything, or are we going to do something really committed, as you put it, and do some funky business. Hair isn't very efficient for combat. You know, that's very true. Like, if you were... That might be a good way to look at it, though. Like, it just from, like, a hide it all in the helmet point of view. If you had long, glowing, luscious hair, and you went out to war, and you had a helmet that was big enough that you could tuck the hair in the helmet, you probably would just tuck it in. You know, Hollywood might make it look like you want the locks to flow, but that's just an extra thing that would get in the way, an extra thing to get just in the way. Like, you probably just do want to just hide it all. For now, we're going to hide it all. We're just going to say you hide it all, and depending on the type of helmet, some will hide it all and some won't hide it all. So, you know, hats won't hide, like a wizard hat won't hide it all, but a helmet would. And then we'll have to see if stuff like this pokes out through the wizard hat. And if it does, we're going to have to consider whether that's an issue or not. And maybe it's something as simple as some hats block the top half and not the bottom half. Or like helmets do that or something like that. So like sideburns would always show through, but anything above the forehead just kind of gets cut off if you're wearing a hat. I suppose you only need to hide the hair for enclosed helmets, i.e. bronze or medium or full helmets. The rest of the time the hat is just on top of the hair. Yeah, the rest of the time the hat is on top of the hair. My one concern, and it's... I don't know, I'm saying this, but I should just get it done and then wear the hats and just see if any poke through. But my thought is... Sorry, I'm just trying to grab it in the other monitor. Here we go. Ooh. So a hat like the Santa hat, right? We'd plop it on, right? But if we take a look at that, in the background here, if I plop the Santa hat on where it feels like it probably would sit, we have this hair poking through. But is that really an issue? Maybe not. It might just look like your hair is pushed down and coming out the side, which is totally So when wearing a cap with long enough hair, that's what would happen. Alright, I'm going to say it doesn't matter for now, and I'm overthinking it. Alright, let's go back to it. So that would go there. So this is hair number 3. So this was hair number 4, but now hair number 4 is the new version of the midlife crisis. Oh, we're going to have to widen it. It's not a big deal, but it's interesting. Alright, so let's widen the canvas a bit. Yeah, we'll just have to see how it looks. I can always tweak it. Oh, we're probably also going to have to extend how... Yeah, we're going to have to make some of these longer. I'll come up with a new cropping thing after, but for now I just want to make it work, which means... some of these might have to be a little off for the time being. Wow, this is a tall hair. As long as the anchor points stay the same, so it's like the relative increase on the height, like above and below, is the same, it should all just kind of fit. So that's what I'm trying to aim for right now, is it's like quick and dirty, put it in, and then I'll crop it and make it better after. An alternative solution is to consider each haircut as 2 parts: the core part, which is always going to be shown rendered, ideally flat close to the head as you can, and the extra layer only shows if you're not wearing a hat. Yeah, that was what I was talking about at the very start, about maybe splitting it into 2 parts. That is, I think that is like the fallback. Like, if we can't do anything extra, it would just be to say hair gets split, you know, arbitrarily, just something like this part of the hair gets rendered onto your face. It just becomes part of your face, and then the hair is only shown when you're not wearing a helmet. And we just do some you know, some magic on the textures to just collapse the hair onto the head so that we're not rendering a bunch of extras. And because that's already part of the plan, is that eyes shouldn't be their own layer that gets animated, neither should face, neither should facial hairs. So that's all going to get collapsed into one sprite programmatically. Just adding the basic hair that would be covering your head to that list of things to be squashed probably makes sense. We could totally do that. For now, though, let's just see how it all looks. Getting ahead of ourselves here. I like that ponytail, actually. That looks pretty cool. Okay, so this needs to extend on the widths a little bit. I'm going to need to come up with a new positioning thing, because there's way too much extra white space here. Like, it should probably, if all the hair would have the same height, it'd be much nicer to just say that we anchor on the top and it's allowed to go further down. But for all we know, some hair might just go up and be taller. So for now, I'm just going to do this quick and dirty, lazy way. Homework already done for you here. Haha, what if someone has afro hair? The hat would sit on top of the hair. Oh yeah. That's true. Dealing with hats. Sorry, I opened it up on my laptop, not the main screen. Yeah. Well, for now we'll make it work, and then we will come up with the best way to do it. Because yeah, there is different things we could definitely do with masks or shaders, as this article, or not this article, but some of the comments are saying. But that's one level above what we are doing today. Definitely needs to be done to be efficient though for release. There we go. Alright, so let's overwrite all these files, rebuild, and test it out. Okay, so let's grab everything but the heads. Grab some shoebox here and compile a new sprite sheet for us. Yeah, headparts.json. That is correct. Run the migration bat. All right. Now let's go back to the client and see. Oop, I got rid of the chat here. I just realized. Where is the Twitch chat? Here we go. Oh, there we go. So the hair is a little too high up, but let's check through them all. Yeah, okay, so I made them all way too high up. Makes them look like they have some sort of alien forehead. So that one's too far to the right. Yeah, I have to bring them all down a bit. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Ooh. Is this the Elvis Presley though? Oh yeah. That's slightly terrifying. Slightly. I like this one. Just how off center it is right now. Beauty. All right, so let's do this. So it looks like they all need to come down. Like all of them do. So I'm not gonna waste my offsets on the, or like the, oh, actually, yeah, we'll just do it through the sprite for now. I was about to say let's not do it through the sprite, but I just remembered that the preview and the render code are two different things. So let's just do it here so it's done in one place. This would be easiest if you could see both monitors. So I'm just gonna, but you can't. So I'm just gonna be quick here about it. Did I mess up this selection here? What's going on? It's changing color when I click. Oops, what did I do? The clicking is a little off right now. So to change styles, I have to click above, which I'm wondering if that's a consequence of some stuff here. Whatever, let's make it look good first, and then I'll make that more precise. Oops. Let's look at this one. So this one looks too far to the right, so we'll go one to the left on him. This one, if anything, it's one too far to the left, and it could go down a bit. We'll try that. These ones could come down quite a few. About half their height, which looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 pixels down should do it. This one needs to go to the left. And I do need a little bit more room, so it can go down a bit more. These, the ones with these ponytails, I think center-wise they're not too bad, but we want to make them go down 2 at least. Yeah, this one's not so bad. It could go up though. Not a lot. 1 pixel up should be okay. And the Elvis Presley, last but not least, needs to go to the left one and maybe down. Okay. So let's recompile it one more time. Alright, run the bat file and check it out. Oh, this is gonna look great. I can feel it. Alright, I think that sitting on their head a bit better. It's not bad. Give them like, definitely need to tweak these RGBs. These RGBs right now are ones I've arbitrarily picked. So that's part of why I was asking Francisco if he had RGBs. Most of the hair colors are not going to be this extreme. Not that we're not okay with some extreme options, but having neon green before you have regular brown is a little silly. But past that, looks pretty good. Ooh, I like this wild scientist kind of look. It's like they're embracing the fact that they only have hair on the sides and are doing everything they can to make it work. Okay, so let's see what we got. So this is the one with blush. Actually, I think Francisco did a pretty good job of layering here. Like, I like the fact that if you look, you can see the right ear, even though the left ear is covered. That's pretty cool. Like, that's pretty specific. Yeah, I'm like looking at the sprite right now, and it's like it dips in just where the ear is so you can see it. So that one tells us we lined it up pretty well, but that's pretty nice detail. Yeah. That's the kind of thing that I feel like I take too much from a programming point of view. Like, I'd be like, oh, we need a part of this to be behind the head and another part in front. And then an artist is just like, oh, erase 2 pixels. Now it looks right. Okay. So, add different clothing styles. Get that crop top on, you know. Okay, so it's not all perfectly anchored. I guess the wearable ones are anchored a little differently, but in that editor it looked pretty good. Ooh, and he's got blue hair. That's too far to the right. Oh dear. Dear God. Yeah, no, it looks okay in the editor though. Let's go back to the editor. Ooh, it fits. These are the images that will haunt my dreams tonight. Oh God. Hey, we can go back to... Let's go to Wild Scientist. I bet this will fit better. With like a mustache. Alright, we're in Back to the Future now. I mean, he didn't have a mustache, but same diff. Okay, cool. Oh, also making facial hair match hair. That is on the list of things. At some point, though, I really need to decide that there's features that don't need to be added this patch. Because this is just getting delayed with every little scope creep thing. Like, wow, that mustache should match the hair color. The bearded lady to the north. Love it. Oh, God, let's... Wait, where? Oh, yeah. Love the bearded lady to the north. Perfect. Elvis Presley with lipstick. Perfect, perfect. Wow. Nice. Alright, let's go check on Ozike. What does Ozike look like? Yeah, the camera's slowly panning. Gotta fix that. In before cosmetic lingerie. Oh, yikes. Wow, Ozike looks so much more like a hip Mario.
I mean, if the community wants it.
If the community wants... Whatever the community wants. I mean, if they want cosmetic lingerie, you know, they get it. Ozike is Mario. Yeah, exactly. All the NPCs embracing growing facial hair. Man. So you're not on the stream, right, Jaeger?
I kind of am, and then it crashed because it was not able to load.
Oh, okay. Let me just send you the bearded lady.
Nice.
Sandwich says that these are the things that'll haunt his sleep.
Perfect. What we're going for, really.
Yeah. I mean, you better not be able to not think about us once you're done. You have to finish playing, and it's just stuck in your head, whether haunting or joy. Wouldn't mind. Oh, what?
I love it.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't mind a shiny latex succubus look with a whip. Oh, yikes. That'll cost extra. With a nice whip animation.
That's not going to come cheap.
Oh, yeah. Get all the emotes in. We'll even get a sound effect for that one. When you should be able to wear... You should be able to wear latex outfits, and when you walk, it makes like a squeaking noise. You just...
Let's back up a sec here.
No, you're not feeling that one?
No.
Okay. Okay, well, let's go. Let's align these. Let's come up with the best way to align these heads, because right now this is a little tedious here. Basically, before it was all guys' haircuts and they were all roughly the same size. There was no huge variety. So they're all basically the same and the anchor points were all the same. But now the anchor points are kind of different, right? If we cropped this guy or whatever, this is what it would look like in, that renderable square. And that blue line you see down the middle is where the anchor should be. But we no longer can really use that same concept I did before, because now we have women hair here, right? So the exact same point is roughly here, where it's now in the it's always center. I guess that's the one saving grace, is that it's always center within a pixel. But the Y point of the anchor on some hair is going to be really high, while on others not. So is there a nice programmatic way to do this? Or is it going to have to be some sort of, I don't want to say hard-coded, but this hairstyle has this anchor point kind of thing? I want to find an easy way to do it, but I don't want to over-engineer. Too much detail, Carson. I think that was about the animation and the whip and the squeaking. So yeah, I guess Jaeger was right. Take a step back. You must be 18 plus to play Guilds of Gods. Oh yeah. Unless you have your parents' approval. 13 plus, but they need to email us consenting. If Twitch could stop buffering, that'd be fan-frickin-tastic. Ah, damn Twitch. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what way is better. Either we have to come up with a new size all the hairs will fit into, and then that becomes the anchor point, or I need every thing to have its own anchor. I'm leaning towards the first one, honestly. Let's look at the biggest hair. So the biggest hair would be this one, right? Yeah. So let's just try something. So we'll auto crop this. But this isn't the widest hair. This is just the tallest. The widest hair is this guy, or the ponytails. Oh, they're the exact same width. Perfect. Let's go to this one. That is the max width we're going to deal with here. So I'm going to need an extra 1, 2, 3, 4 pixels on the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pixels on the right. So let's put 6 pixels on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Recenter. Bam. So this, I should bring a human head onto here. Right now I'm kind of going a little blind here because the hair is not completely symmetrical. But the face kind of is. Let's get rid of that. We're at 33 pixels wide, that's why. Make it 34. Actually, that was not it at all. I guess it's just that the head is not symmetrical. So that's fine. Let's look at the head sprite we have and see if the extra pixel falls on the left or the right side of the anchor. So it's 19 pixels wide. So it's probably rounding up. It's probably on the left side. So let's go back here and assume that the nose has to be on the left side of the anchor. Yeah, we're going to say that is the position we want everything to be in. Yeah, okay. So that would go there. Okay. So that is how that would fit, I think. Yep. So I think this will be the new file size because that gets the width we want, that gets the height we want. Everything could fit in here. That way it's one anchor for all different hairs, and then it'll just kind of fit smoothly. Yeah. Okay, so what do we have? 33 by 36. Yeah, and what is our Y point at? 17, which is one past the middle. Yep. And the Y is at 7. Okay. So 33 by 36. So let's just move all of these to be that. Move this line to the 7, move this line to the 17. And now that is the person's center forehead, right? I guess we could say that their eyebrows start at 11. Yeah, that's a better metric. The eyebrows start at 11. Okay, so let's go through all of these. 33 by 36. We have a ruler at 17 by 7 and by 11. Yeah. Actually, I think we should add two more pixels of room on the top. Just because this does want to be at least one higher, probably there, which is 2 more pixels. So that'll be the new size. And now this should fit whatever we throw at it. So it's 33 by 38. I guess the line is now at 10 and 13. Okay. So put this on the 10. Put this on the 13. Put this on the 17. One above the eyebrows. Yep. 33, 30. That is not the right size. What is it? 33, 38. Close. So put this at the 10 and the 13. At the 17 line. Right? So the bottom was on the line. Perfect. Wonderful. So then that one just looks like that. I'll send you the new sizes after, Francisco, just so that if you ever want to make tweaks on it, you have the same. And for future hairs, you have the exact file size and point they should be at. But let's just get this organized because we haven't had the varying sizes before, so I have to make a new heuristic. Probably that. 33, 38. 10 to 13. Oh, and then one at 17. Okay. And almost there. 38. 17, 10, 13. That should be center. Okay, so let's just override all these guys. Now when we first load it, it's going to look like they're all off, but now they're all off by the exact same amount, so I just have to apply the anchoring once and they should all line up perfectly after. Okay, hopefully this is our last time compiling for the day. I mean, compiling the sprite sheet, that is. I'm so glad we have this tool and the little migration script for it. Migrate, hold Y. Nice. Now let's see how off these all are. Nice. Beauty. Okay, so let's go back to this though. So if we go to the client model and we go look at face. Face is anchored at 0, 0 right down the middle. So, or not face, I want head. Yeah, 0.5, 0.9. Okay. So when we go to, where was the example? Didn't we have one with the different layers? Oh, here we go. They just disappeared on me. Okay. So the head right now is anchoring in the middle, so it's that same middle line, but at 0.9 of its height. So if we look, it is 21 pixels tall, so it is 2 pixels from its bottom. So its anchor is right here at the bottom of the chin. So if we say hair attach, wherever we say the anchor point is should be attached right there. So we want to anchor to that same chin point. And then, yeah, so we want to anchor to that chin point. And if we want to anchor to that chin point, that means we are anchoring to position 1725, right? So if we'll keep it fractional, but that would be 17 out of 38, puts it about 45% down. And then, what did I just say? no, 17 out of, sorry, 17 out of 33. Sorry, it puts that 51% to the side, so we'll say center. And then it was 25 out of 38. Puts it 66% of the way down. So it's directly in the center, 2/3 down is what we could round that to. So let's find the place, the times we say hair, which really, other than tweaking these hard-coded NPCs, yeah, okay, we'll do this here. So the anchor point should be, yeah, we're going to say position 0, 0. Anchor point is 25 over 38. Directly, yeah, we'll say in the middle. So we're aware that we've done those anchors and positions. We'll try this new one. Looks like it's just those two places, which is good. That's how it should be. Because the only other place we really would want this is adventure def in reload appearance. Wow, we're already there. Perfect. When we are creating the hair right here. So hopefully the hair that you wear, not our preview, but our worn hair, will hopefully line up. I got my fingers crossed. Oh, I think that's lining up pretty nice. Where's the there we go, the ponytail with the beard. Not pony, that's not a ponytail. What do they call that? I don't remember. But yeah, that's lined up better than it was before. So there we go. That should be lined up right. Oop. Oop. Sorry, I just have to reply to a quick message. Weekend all. Okay. Yeah, so now if we open our preview is going to be way off. But yeah, at least they're all off consistently, which was the goal. So now if we go to the appearance UI, in the get hair, not get hair sprite, get head sprite. Here we go. Here is where we anchor our hair. And the anchoring here is wrong, but it's kind of different because the head is anchored in the middle, not at the bottom. So we can forgive a bit more. So instead of this being a 0, this would be a 0.9 when we render a person, but it's 0.5. So this should be at 25 out of 38, except this point is now the same. So what does that make it? This, okay, let's do some different math. So basically this is 38, which would put it at 34, not 34. 18, wow, that was harder math than I thought. Okay, 18. So it is here, and or that's where the head is anchoring. So we need to anchor. No, it's slightly off. Okay, wait. So the head is 21. So 0.5 for it is 10 pixels from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is actually just one off. Really? And why does it look so off? Oh, because of this. Okay, there we go. Get rid of the arbitrary Y setting. And this might just fit nicely. We might need to change that anchor so that the Y is separate from the X, but roughly 0.5 should be all right. Okay. I mean, ooh. Did this error confirmed didn't work? Oh, right. Step change appearance. Okay, it wasn't this part. It was that the client is trying to send the data, but the data was not being cleaned properly. So let's look at wherever I reference this. See if just passing 1-1 works. Restart the server, not that the server crashed, but let's just do it anyway. Ooh. There we go. So it does look 1 pixel too far to the left. I was hoping it, because it's an odd width, like the human head is an odd width, there's 1 extra pixel in the middle. And because of that, the hair is like it's built. Odd is not the right, when I say odd, I mean odd as in odd and even numbers. Like there's an odd number of pixels down the middle. So I had to take a guess of whether we want it to the left or the right. And I said one direction here, but it looks like it should be the other. Like this is too far in by 1. So we're gonna have to look at that. How do they look with the helmet on? I didn't even, I forgot the guards don't have hair, so we don't even know how this looks. So fill bank, square, some different helmets and take a look. Get a hat. Okay, so on this hair, reindeer obviously is okay. Oh, set levels so I can equip this wizard hat. So the wizard hat looks like it should go up anyway, but other than that, the fact that that's poking through is not that big of a deal. I think that's okay. Helper's hat straight up is invisible. Not sure why that is. That's a bug to put on my to-do list. Okay. Okay, so like this might be more apparent if we change the hair color. But this is what we were talking about before. Oh, that's funny. The last the hair is drawing over the chest but under the shoulders. That's really interesting. So I guess we haven't had this case before, but I guess that means that the chest exists, we add the head to it, and then the shoulders. So then the head gets the hair attached, and because the head was added before the shoulders, the head, whatever's added to the head gets rendered in front or behind the shoulders because the shoulders come later. I think we really just want it all to be behind. Like we want them either both to be behind or both to be ahead. Francisco, what was your original vision? Like this is not looking right, but do you think that the red should be in front of the shoulders and the chest, or do you think the red should be behind both? This one's way off. Okay, let's fix that one. That one's just like yoicks. What? Why isn't this letting me move it one? Alright, we'll be back to that one. But yeah, I maybe it's just no hair when you have helmets on. Like I was thinking about wanting, like, you'd want this red bangs to be showing through the helmet, but maybe that just looks confusing. Maybe no hair when you have helmets on is just the way to go. It would be easiest. At least for this patch thing, because I don't really want to scope creep this customization more than we need. We can always update it, but adding features people haven't asked for might not be the best idea. Alright, I am going to first of all make it so that the head appears after the shoulders. I think that was an oversight in the model building. So if we just haven't had this case hit. But so what do we do? So we add the chest, and then, oh, maybe I'm wrong. We add the chest, and then we add, I saw a male with female hair. Shouldn't hair be tied to gender? I don't think we really are caring at this point. We've kind of briefly talked about it. It isn't concrete, but I think the idea is just going to be that we don't really care. You could pick any hair color, you can wear any outfit. We're not really going to limit it. It's like in the same, you basically, when you're deciding your face, you can pick lipstick and blush, or you can pick beard stuff, or you can pick stuff like earrings, you know, or scars. That'll all be, you can't have a beard and makeup, but I don't think really limiting it matters. I don't know, if people ask for it and it becomes something people care about, then maybe we can split it, but I don't really see the reason to limit the customization. I don't see anything to gain by limiting it. How about that? I can see why people would want the option, because there are guys who just have long, luscious hair, you know? So, and there are girls who have, like, short butch hair. So, like, you know, I don't think we should really care from that sense. Especially because clothing is going to be open to everything, right? Like, even RuneScape, like, guys could walk around with plate skirts. We don't have plate skirts, so we don't have that exact same case, but I suppose it's 2020, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know how we want to do this.
Skirt isn't a female.
Is it not?
No. Everyone thinks it is, but it's not like a female's version of plate legs. It's like a actual type of armor.
Is it? I did not know that, honestly. I've always I just grew up being like mentally thinking that was the women armor. That they like made men and women armor. Yeah. Wowee. Oh yeah. Wowee, so customizable. Oh yeah. It's getting there. Yeah, definitely need to either make the hair in front of the body or behind, but this whole in front of the chest, behind the shoulders is a little annoying. But I'm glad that the hair is fitting now. Is plate skirts actually a real armor? I feel so dumb that I thought it wasn't. Plate skirts.
Yeah, look it up.
Hmm. See, when I look it up, it's all RuneScape stuff, but I'm sure it is real. But interesting.
I'm gonna have to use my data to look this up.
Is there like a benefit to wearing, like in the real, like if you were actually at war and fighting someone with a sword, is there a reason you'd want to wear a skirt? Like, can't your legs just get slashed then?
I think the idea is you can run faster in it if it just covers your thigh.
Okay. All right. I could see that. Not having knee joints would slow you down, or I mean, would speed you up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll take it. Okay.
I'm not making this shit up. Oh yeah, okay, I found some of it. It kind of makes sense. Oh.
Roman infantry traveled far. Oh yeah, true. Every single piece of female fantasy armor equals yes, I see how that would protect you, what with nothing being covered. Yeah, we need to make real armor, you know? That's what we care about. If it ain't effective, it ain't real armor. Okay, let's get back to it. Oh, Francisco just asked, what else do you need? He just sent me the new shins. What else do we need? Was there anything in my list? I don't think there was anything I need in particular. What else is coming with this patch? Any other... I don't think so. Oh, I guess I should do the hair thing. No, I think for now we'll just go with the assumption that if you're wearing a helmet, it'll just totally hide the hair, screw showing bangs on your face or whatever. And if you're not wearing a helmet, we'll show the hair. And things like hats just won't hide. And if we run into certain hairs that are poking through and clipping through the hat, then we'll, discuss what we need to do about it. But until that's an issue, don't think that's priority. What to say to Francisco? I guess I'm good for the time being. I'd catch up with Jaegar after the stream and see, or just DM him and see what he was asking about. Yeah, I'm sending Francisco more your way because I think I don't need his help for anything at the time for this, for the time being.
Okay.
I said after the stream, to chat to you, because I think I don't have a journey to send him on.
Sounds good. Yeah, it's just those icons, I think.
Okay. Okay, so I need to figure out why the chest is... Why are the shoulder... Oh, that's why. Okay, so where's head? Head. Head needs to move before anything else other than chest. So it goes chest, then it loads head. Then that way hair will be behind the whole body. Or in front. I forget how this is going to work. But let's see. That didn't do anything. Okay. I guess head was at the end, so that should have been rendering above everything. Why is shoulders in front of hair? I don't think I can just leverage the Z layering on shoulders being in front of hair because they belong to different containers. Hair is attached to head, while shoulders are attached to chest. But let's try it. Where is left shoulder or right shoulder is 1, 1. Yeah, okay, so when we add hair... Oh, is it just on... No, it isn't just on NPCs, it's on me. Oh, no. So it's not that hair is behind shoulders. It's that hair is behind the clothing shoulder. Right, because clothing is rendered over top. I'm wondering if Pixie V5 would fix this or not, giving us true Z layering.
If it's just a layering issue, probably.
Yeah, well, it's a layering issue, but it's like the absolute Z layers is what I care about, if that makes sense. Not, Oh, like this time it worked. Wait. Oh, what did I fix it? I didn't mean to fix it, so I'm upset it fixed it.
Nice.
No, not nice. I mean, hopefully I fixed it, because I did move some, like, reorder the models for a bit, you know, just to try something, but I didn't mean to fix it, and I thought I put it back. So I hope this doesn't mean it's an inconsistent bug, but it looks okay. Yeah, definitely need to make equipment models declare whether they're going to block the hair or not, so that when you equip a helmet, it'll be like, oh, and I block this layer. And then if we see a sprite that belongs to this layer, we're like, oh, make you invisible or something. But this does look a little better. I think this needs to go one down and one to the left. What happened to... GIMP? GIMP isn't letting me move anything. I mean, I guess I don't really need any of these now, so I can just close without saving. I've already moved all of this over. Okay, cool. Yeah, the way this is getting in front of the cheeks. Sorry, 1 second. Dogs are barking. Had to make sure my dog wasn't in a fight or something. She'd get her butt kicked.
Yeah, you tell.
I mean, she would get her butt kicked. Look at her.
Yeah.
She's tiny.
You can take her.
I mean, I could take her, yeah. Just one punt.
Oh, you mean that she fought other dogs? No, you mean like go kick my dog's ass. I will win.
Oh yeah, you know I'd win. You know it. One punt man. Oh yeah. So I'm like questioning. I'm so dumb. Jaeger, can you remind me something?
Yes.
Do indexes start at 0?
Yes.
Oh, that's why I'm one off.
Yeah.
It's not the it's not indexes, no, but in GIMP I put a line at 17, like at the position 17, and for some reason in my head I was thinking that 17 meant, I don't know, I kind of forgot that like 0 is the left, not 1, if that makes sense. So I was like, why is this 1 pixel to the left? It should be the opposite end. But I see now. That's how it is.
I don't know what to tell you.
Honestly, it's just been a long day. That's what you need to tell me to go to sleep. Have dinner.
That's fair. Yeah, that might help. Have a drink.
Oh yeah.
Friday.
It is Friday. It is.
It is Friday.
Ooh, do you have any fun Friday plans on your island?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop looking at work and I'm gonna start looking at something else.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Nice. Honestly, I'm getting pretty hungry. I'm a little distracted by that. I keep looking at the clock going, oh, half an hour left. And I get to make food. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here, let's go back to it. This looks very mucked to me. And I think it's because I made this hair way higher than Francisco anticipated. Same with this hair. I think I overestimated some of these heights still. Yeah, so... And I think that's it, is I think I made everything 1 pixel too much to the right and 1 pixel too high. So let's just fix these. Actually, I already adjusted that one, so we'll wait. I take that back. Let's put all these back. I'm at the limit of my bounds. So let's do it on the other side, on the programming side. These are all way too high. This one's off though, but I think we did fix that. I feel like we did. Let me just rebuild the sprites we have, because I think I did tweak some of these and I just never rebuilt. Because I said this was the last rebuild. I didn't want to lie. But build, run the batch file. Oh. No, so some of these do need to be tweaked. In particular, this could go down one. This could go down one. This could go to the left one. Yep. That's fine. So this could go down. That could go down. A lot of these could go down. This one needs to go to the left, though. And down. Just like the Elvis Presley. I like the Elvis Presley look, honestly. It's a good hair. Oh yeah, that does look better. Mm-hmm. This one's gonna break convention. Just so I can lower it a bit. Ponytail also does need to go down. That already went down one, but we'll do one more. And this could go down. I like the fact that all the hair is now grayscale and we programmatically color it. I think that's so cool that we can just now add colors by just adding one more option in an array, like one more color value. There, that looks better. Even that still could go down one. Now do it with shirts and pants and we can remove like 300 items. Yeah, that one's a little awkward only because the items already exist. Like, I'm not saying we can't do that, but I'm not Jaeger and I will have to plan the best way to do that. Also, I feel like shirts have a few more designs to them. At least now they do. Like, they might have to be masked. Like, for example, this belt here, we could colorize the white, sure, but we wouldn't want the colorizing to accidentally colorize this belt. And because of that, we essentially need to double the sprites, the part that would be colorized and the part that would be put on top. And that's not hard. That's not too much, but just considerations. But it would be nice to get rid of like 300 items. The problem is we can't like use those IDs because the IDs already have been used unless we could somehow remove them from people's inventories.
We could do something probably. like special case them or say or give them versions. So if the versions don't match up, then you just destroy the item or rewrite the item. There's ways.
Yeah, you're right. There's ways. There's ways. Yeah, like that's not a bad idea. Like destroy the item or like give the user like the gold value of that item and just destroy it. Just be like, oh, you had 800 shirts. Well, you paid $5 for them. So
we could even just index the version in the ID. So when we have to save the item and load the item, we just make it like 1,000,044 if it's like version 2 of ID 44.
True.
I doubt we're gonna have 1,000,000 items.
No, that makes sense. So the whole we have 300 items thing, because that's an issue with tomes and tomes are being replaced. Is that still an issue elsewhere in the code, or that whole problem kind of falls away entirely?
What about there being too many items?
Yeah, like is there anywhere else that we've
resolved for tomes because we have that flag that you can just disable, so tomes don't even get it. Tomes don't drop with it.
But we do have to remember to keep that flag in mind. Is there anywhere else in the code base where we rely on that flag, or?
Nothing I can think of. There might be another case like in the future, maybe, but I don't know.
Okay.
Not too likely.
All right. Anyway.
For now, it's not a big deal. We can phase it out later.
I think I figured out the layering issue that I was like, I shouldn't have fixed this. Why is it fixed? When you log in, it works and everything's great. The problem is when you change your hair. All of these look too high in here. Problem is when you change your hair and then change it back. Why did this turn green? There, now they're broken. So something about changing your hair. That might even just be in reload, now that I think about it. Where is reload appearance called? Adventure def reload appearance. So I do head, eyes, then shoulders. Bleh. Let's do shoulders and then do the head stuff. And then shoulder worn and chest worn and stuff go there. This ordering might be what we were looking for. Let's see. Oh, might have fixed it. Yeah, nice. Okay, layering issue looks fixed. Go to Appearance UI. When we say get sprite head, nope, get head sprite. Just want to add that. And I think it'll line it up nicely without us having to do a bunch of work. Have you had dinner yet, Jaeger?
No, I just finished work.
Okay. Alright, now these look like they're fitting right.
Really thinking about food, aren't you?
I'm so hungry. I've been trying to be really healthy this last week, and I am like starving. I've had, what have I eaten today? I had a fruit smoothie I had a plum for breakfast, and then a fruit smoothie for brunch, and then a salad and another fruit smoothie for lunch. And it's been like 6 hours. So yeah, after Easter I went a little too hard on that turkey, you know. Too much stuff in.
Nice.
Okay. I mean, yeah, it is a good problem to have, you know. Oh, that's
for sure.
Alright, this is lined up so much better. I'm happy with this. Hair looks great. Francisco did good. And yeah, that looks pretty slick overall. I can't wait till we have more reasonable colors, because the colors are a little silly. Ooh. And I need to figure out the alignment on the pants, because the skin is pointing through there, and that's just stuff that I was tweaking right before the stream, so it won't take too long. But all right, so I think this part I'm pretty happy where we're going to be leaving this. Actually, that looks pretty cool. Like, I'm going to send you a picture.
Nice.
I mean, confirm button, and you know, there's always positioning that could be cleaned up, you know, but ignoring that annoying polish. I like that this is just like a customization option. The fact that I could even make this guy with the scar on his face, red eyes, red Elvis Presley hair that shows off his ears, you know, ripped up shirt.
Nice. That's pretty good customization. I like it.
Yeah. We just got to add the bodies in, and then we will be good.
Bodies.
Yeah. The bodies. Gotta hide them.
Yeah, hide the bodies.
Okay. What's for dinner? I am not exactly sure, Baby Shark, what I'm making for dinner. I don't know. I kind of don't want another smoothie because I've had two.
No?
No, I don't want another smoothie because I've had two. You know, I bought this bag of kiwis yesterday, so I could just go ham on some kiwis.
Like a kiwi smoothie.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know. I really could go for some Greek salad. Honestly, that would be amazing. Oh, I miss.
Salad.
Oh yeah. And to think, a month ago everyone was looking the same. Yep, a month ago we were a hive mind. Bald, naked man, baby hive mind. I'll never forget when our Discord went through that phase of like, oh, I guess it wasn't our Discord, but in the game there was like Team No Pants and Team Naked. What did they call them? Like the No Pants clan. And I remember us sending pictures. Yeah, like I remember us sending pictures back and forth of like there was like 20 plus people online, and like 4 people in a row were all pantless, and then 4 other people were like shirtless, and then 4 other people were just naked. I was like, wow, this is the customization people embraced. What level of clothing to wear.
It's a good one. I like it.
I like how you just grabbed the bag of kiwis from right next to you. Oh, you know it. It's the only thing in the arm.
He's about to leave his room and this is done. He's got his kiwis.
Yeah, I got kiwis. I got a few plums. I've got a coffee maker right behind me. Really, I'm set. I don't have to leave this room for years. Or at least a day. The early days were great, yeah. Yeah, the early days. I think we should have a customization option that's just the original people. And that's all it is. Like, what if it's just like an outfit you wear and it's just the old people that were like blockier?
Yeah, like it's a shirt that just like looks out of place because it's this blocky shirt and like
yeah,
put it on. That'd be good.
There's a cosmetic for us.
Nice.
You want the OG skins? Right now it's quite different than the 2018 TBH. Would be a nice feature for alpha peeps only. I guess that's true. It's only nostalgic for the alpha people too.
Yeah, they'd be like, "What is this?"
New people, yeah, they'd be like, "Why are we doing this?" Right. Let's see if what I had here worked now that I'm passing just an arbitrary version across. Open UI. So I'm hoping that I'm about to change his clothing to something and it's not what I selected. Nope, it's the original. Okay. So that means I do have to take a look at, you know, at things. This didn't exactly work right. Tisk. Alright. I think we're getting really close though, and I don't want to. I keep giving time frames, then being wrong, so I've been really hesitant about giving one. But I really hope by this weekend, like by Sunday, this will be good. You know, at least on test worthy, because it's pretty much there. Other than body selection and making it so that when you press confirm, it actually changes your clothing. Which isn't much. Like, the data's going across. It's just, yeah, just making that step a little smarter. I think it's pretty much there. I'm really hoping we can get this out soon.
Nice. It'd be cool to get both this and the gem update out at the same time.
Yeah, one big patch.
Massive
patch. Everything breaks. One week of stress. Too many changes at once.
Won't be bug fixing for a week. Hopefully not.
Yeah. We should definitely put that on. I would like my stuff to at least go on test for a day, because I knew the map was buggy when we put it on test, but the amount of issues people found was like, oh. I'm glad that this didn't go alive. It was not ready.
Yeah.
People would just think it's Roblox mode. The OG people. I could see that.
Yeah. Probably not a good idea.
You don't want to be Roblox?
Well, they'd be like, why are you, like, copying Roblox, guys? What are you trying to do here?
Damn Roblox nerds. It's okay. Roblox it's cool, you know? I've never done it, so I don't really know what it is too much. I just know people like it. So
It's like programmable Minecraft.
yeah. I knew people learned to program in it, but I didn't really know past that. But I thought it was just modding it, but so it's actually like fully programmable. Like that's one of the main features of it.
Yeah, like there's an editor for it that you can write code to like give everything behavior and stuff, and it's kind of like if you took like a Unity sandbox where you already created like full physics and networking and stuff, and you could have people like join your sandbox while you're like adding objects into the scene and stuff, and pretty complex what you can do with it, so it's
Okay.
pretty cool. Guilds of Gods doesn't work out, we should go to Roblox servers.
Get those
I'm
Roblox.
kidding. That's not gonna happen.
Why not?
Because it's gonna work out, Carson.
I know, I'm teasing. But the Roblox life, man. Get the Roblox life. We could just make the better Roblox, too.
You're right.
Like, just make Guilds of Gods programmable.
I've been thinking of a way to make, like, a way down the road where you can host your own Guilds of Gods server. You can adjust, like, everything you want in it. And then you can allow servers you want to base accounts to come in from. So you can, like, say you want only fresh accounts or only accounts from the main server, which would be the original, or from like another base server if there's like another one that people like to play. So it's like open sourcing the servers.
I like that idea.
Be cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, there's still a ways to go, so it works and everything connects. Give everyone like a hub. Probably need some players before we start subdividing it in other servers.
I mean, that's fair. Get hair, new options. Okay, I have to. So this allows for 0, so it doesn't equal null. This, otherwise that. Trying to fix a bug with the editor right now where bald wasn't a selectable thing. Like it was, but it wasn't fully. So
Nah.
like it was like part of the preview you'd click it and bald would be recognized, but then the main guy preview it wasn't, and then you press OK and it wasn't. And it's just because bald is ID 0, and in some cases I treat it as its own style ID, and then in other cases it's like the absence of hair. So I needed to be a little more consistent. There we go. So you can now pick bald, confirm, did not change my guy to bald, and that is because I have the exact same check trying to make sure that we don't send bald across the network, or like I don't want to, you know, when you do that double OR and you want it to catch undefined, like you're like this value double OR this value.
Yeah.
Just because bald is ID 0, that like fails. So I have to like change those to like doesn't equal null question mark. Bleh. So it's not hard. I was just like need to figure out where I was doing it wrong. Oops.
TypeScript would have caught that.
Yeah, would have. Legends of Area does the server thing. That's cool. Better check out our new
competition.
How does it work for him? Yeah, how is it? Coriander. Let us know. Would be neat if maps could be modifiable and then people host them, and every map that is online could connect to each other, so you could just stroll into the next map with new people.
That was like our original idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like OG Kingdom of Eloria.
Yeah. The only issue with that is scaling it, which has become something we'll discuss later.
Yeah. Alright, bald is working. That's good. That's good.
Nice.
It's kind of funny because, like, you can pick bald as a hairstyle, and then you can, like, toggle through the colors of hair, but the colors are all, like, they don't show it, right? Because they're all bald. So you don't get to see the colors you're clicking. But you kind of can, because the other hairstyles you could pick from are reflecting what hair color you're clicking. I'll send you a GIF because it's you'll see what I mean. It's obvious what's going on. I'm not sure if I should change it or not. And honestly, I've gone wild with the GIFs the last few months. I've just, like, once I learned to make GIFs, I just went way too excited about it. But I love GIFs.
Share on the GIF making, Carson.
I should.
No, it's okay. I like them too.
They're good. They're good.
They're great.
Hey, so there's a GIF explaining what I mean. I don't think it's a real. It's a bug, but it's not like a bug. It's more just like, oh, maybe we should make it so that when you pick the bold style, it disables the hair choice. I don't know. Or the color choice.
Where there's like 10 choices.
Yeah, like.
Bald.
Yeah, it just looks.
Like that much choice, Carson.
I don't mind that much choice of bald, but like.
How bald would you like? You should add shininess to that.
Oh yeah, ooh, just different sheen levels. That would be funny. Oh.
Level 10 is like just like a blinding, just like sheet white, like covers the screen.
Oh yeah.
Can you move the top row up a little bit because the hair like goes over that line?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant by there's just some spacing things I have to deal with. Like, very few minor things. Like, one, I definitely feel like that top row needs to be up more and the bottom row maybe down a little bit more. Other things, if you take a look at the different buttons, you'll notice pants are, like, to the left. And it's a little... It's a little annoying. It's because of where the anchor points are, you know? Head is one piece, so it's anchored 0, 0. Makes sense. Chest was one piece to start off. But what is the, like, one piece of pants? There isn't, right? It's, like, left thigh and right thigh. So it's... Right now it's anchoring off of one of the two thighs. So I need to figure out a better way to offset that. The higher the head sheen, the more advantage you have in blinding your opponents, but you get worse shop deals because you blind and piss off the shopkeeps.
I feel like you also just look like a shopkeeper. It's like, oh, one of us. Deals.
One of us. One of us.
Yeah, at least lining up as the main work you're left to.
Yeah, well, lining up, body selection, which isn't too much. It's just I've kind of put it off because it's different, you know. But before I was trying to do previewing completely, but one change I made, like, okay, so you know how before I was like literally modifying your person, previewing, and then putting their data back?
Yeah.
Well, once I had the pants rendered earlier, I was like, wait, I have heads, pants, and shirts, like, showing every body part. I no longer need to preview everything. Like, I have all the pieces to do my own preview now. So I'm no longer doing that, but I kind of put off doing body because it was the one option that was like, I need to preview everything and kind of do it differently. But I think it'll be okay now because I think now I could just do like I have all the pieces, so it could just be like the rest.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, I have to do, what's left, I guess, is I need to fix a lot of the little alignments and tweaking around the UI, add body selection, and oh right, the one other stupid thing is add 2 more layers to the equipment model for shirts and pants. Actually, the 2 layers technically exist, but use the 2 layers, right? Right now, nothing ever equips into the 2 new slots I added. So I need to make it so when you equip pants and shirts, it goes on to that other one. And then there's no option to unequip, so you have to change your clothing. You can't take off clothing. It's not too much, but it's just...
Oh, you did make 2 slots?
I've made 2 slots, but I haven't used them, so it's literally just nothing. It's just I've added and commented the 2 extra slots in the model.js or equipment.js file.
But, and that's for shirts and pants? Maybe that should be in a separate array.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I wasn't exactly sure if what we wanted to do there, because like my thought was if we keep it in the same array, it might get confusing because because we're not unequipping, it'd be a little weird if you decide, instead of 2 rings, you can have 4 rings, right? So you want to add 2 more ring slots, and now we have to be really touchy about that array because it's like when you died, you don't want to be...
I'm okay with it in there. It actually makes it a lot simpler. It just streamlines everything, and I will end up adding gloves and boots and capes, and so it's going to end up probably not being in a particular order. You're going to have to check that for IDs anyways.
Okay. We should probably make a mapping into those IDs too, because trying to memorize that 3 was chest and 4 was legs.
Yeah, it's easy to do.
Oh yeah, super easy. But I was just thinking like... Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll add that once I plumb this through. So that's the one thing that might take a little bit of time. That's a bit of a question mark to me. I don't think it will. I think it'll be smooth. But it's the one thing where I'm like adding to equipment and I don't really want it to change much. Oh, right. And then I guess it is not an optimization that has to go out this patch, but I am not yet applying all the face pictures to one asset. So eyes, face, facial hair, and head are right now 4 different body parts when I want to squash them into one.
Okay, yeah. That'd be a good idea too.
Yeah.
And sorry, what you still have to do that?
Yeah, I still have to do that. That's also on my list.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a way, like just the same way that the map's created, you can just create a texture. So it's pretty easy.
Yeah, no, it does. I don't think it'll be too hard. I just need to do that and then get rid of those body parts from the model, which shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, okay, so I have to get rid of those body parts from the model, but I need to keep the data somewhere else then. So that once, like, oh, I guess actually, never mind. It's already stored in appearance state, so we already have the data. Yeah, it's just get rid of it from the model and make a special case for when we first create someone's head. Okay. Easy. Anyway, it is now 6, so I vote we end the stream and go make breakfast. I mean dinner.
Just food. Breakfast, Carson.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know. I'm getting all my times a day mixed up right now. Oh, so what programming is Jaeger doing in comparison to this? Asks Coriander, which is Keandre, I believe.
What am I working on?
Yeah, what are you working on, sir?
I'm working on the gem enchantment and jewelry crafting upgrade interfaces and all that. I'll send Carson a few screenshots of just what I'm doing right now, and he can put them on stream. So what this update is two jewelry types, necklace and ring, and 3 slots, 2 ring slots and a necklace slot, as well as, did I say 11 gems? All enchantable with, I think right now there's only 13 enchantments, but we'll be increasing them pretty quickly. But the whole thing is, yeah, mining, you get gems of different tiers, and then you can craft the gems, and from those you'll get different qualities, 5 different qualities. And then enchanting those will give them different effects depending on the gem and depending on the quality. And then you craft the gems into jewelry. As you can see in the first interface, the top one, the necklace one, you'll add the gems to it and craft it together. So everything will be it will be based on level, but it will also be based on just chance, on the possibility on how good your necklace or rings will be. So I'm just working on all the final numbers right now. But I'm pretty well ready to just put those together and then create those items. So it's close. Getting there.
Oh yeah. Long awaited. It'll replace tomes. It'll do a few different things. I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll replace tomes. It'll probably be the basis of, like how I talked about, there'd be items like auto eating. I'll likely do that as an enchantment.
Oh yeah. Auto
What
eating.
else?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So like the tome one is replacing auto picking up items, like auto collecting, auto eating. What else would be some tome? We've talked about a few different enchantments. I'm trying to think of what interesting ones aren't just stat boosts, like, that kind of stuff.
There will be a bunch of different new teleports as well. There might be other skill boosts. So like you can +2 like mining or +2 smithing. And there'll be like charges, so you'll only be able to use a certain amount of times and then they'll break. So far, I think that's about it. But like stuff like things like that is where we'll be adding all this to. And then we've also got the ability, like in the first interface, the 3 slots you see. I've designed it to allow up to 9 slots and to allow any item we choose. So we could add, I think there's been discussion way back about adding gems to things like plate bodies, and then your plate body shows the gems in it or something. So it hasn't been concrete, the idea yet, but it's fully possible with how this is set up. So pretty excited with what we could do with this.
Oh yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the updates you added before you went down this I don't want to say rabbit hole, because rabbit hole makes it sound like, you got stuck. Okay, before you went down this path, right? I believe one of the updates you did was you added the ability for there to be buffs and debuffs. Is that correct? Like
Yeah, stats can now increase and decrease, and they will go back to their original stat over time. So that's like what I was thinking, like level boost increases, which would be temporary, and you'd get a certain amount of charges on them. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Nice.
But yeah, we'll be able to do other things. Perhaps even like I don't know what else. We'll see.
So much
I didn't want
else.
to start naming too many things yet.
Yeah, it's all tentative, but the rings and gem part isn't. I'm excited for that part to come out.
Yeah, me too. I'm thinking still of doing silver jewelry as well, but maybe we'll get to that later.
Ooh, we
I
did.
know what. Sorry.
I was just gonna say one of the things we did talk about was having it so one of the possible enchantments was like turn you into a goblin, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But that's a little ways away, but
Yeah, we'll still have to plan about that.
yeah, the fact that that's a possibility, I think is really exciting.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Be a good update. And then next, I think right after that, I might put off the. I really want to do the silk crafting. I think that's needed. But if I don't get that done, like it's either that or I'm going to move the pathfinding up main server so that we'll have a performance increase of like 40%.
Yeah, if everybody could do their own and the server validates rather than determines it.
No, I was thinking because we'll still have NPCs which have to get their own pathfinding.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking we'd write up another alternative server which we could request pathing from.
Oh, like almost like our own little, I guess, yeah, our own little like API server that we can just talk
exactly.
to.
No, it's that way it can be like on its own thing, right?
Yeah, okay, I can see that. So the more complicated work can be offloaded to a server we still have full control over.
Yeah, because that's definitely our biggest bottleneck right now. Like it's like 40% of all process.
On the server side, not client side, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be a good adjustment. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking like you could do your own, but yeah, you're right. All the goblins and stuff are the server's responsibility.
Yeah, because that's still like if we're adding more and more NPCs for the 1,000 by once we have like 2,000 NPCs plus on the map.
Yeah. All right. Coriander says, nice, that sure adds the schnitzel to it, Jaeger.
You betcha.
And Aaronic told me to go have my dinner smoothie, so I think we might be ending it here.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us on this Friday evening. We'll be doing a stream Sunday, usual time, 11 a.m. PST. Yeah, see y'all next time.
Yeah, have a good weekend.
Yeah, see everybody.
See ya.